Let me see. Darkside Tire Jeff is pointing out first Lawson-less race. While he's not in the car, he is at track. He is on the grid. He's in the paddock for Red Bull and AlphaTauri. In fact, he actually showed up about 10 minutes ago on F1 TV, being interviewed. Talking with commentators. You got 2 minutes to go before session starts. Again, tomorrow we've got a sprint race of 19 laps and then a race of 56 laps. Right now, track time is 3:58 p.m. That is local time to me. That is local Central U.S. time. I'm trying to think who else. I'm looking at through. Track temp is 42 degrees Celsius. Air temperature is going to be somewhere between 31 to 34 degrees Celsius. That's equivalent of 90 to 95 degrees. And that's where we're going to bring up the weather. It's going to be beautiful. Blue skies, maybe a little wisp of clouds, but not anything that's going to cause rain. It's more for effect and beauty. It's going to be a beautiful weekend all the week long, sunny all weekend long. I'm looking over at Keg Magazine's helmet, and it looks like something like splatter from a horror film. Looking at Dan Ricciardo's right now in his car, about ready to go out. Max Verstappen in his car. Looking at what you guys are going on. You got people cheering on for Albon, Sargent. Some people think Hamilton is getting the pole on for Sunday. Someone thinks it's going to be Verstappen, Hamilton, Russell, Leclerc, Perez, Sainz. You're going with the top three. Going with Red Bull, Mercedes, and Ferrari. But McLaren could pull something out. We could see a surprise from. It looks like Logan is. We just started, and Logan is out. I believe he might be out on track. No, he's lined up. So we got several cars lined up to go. There we go. Logan's out for. Is it Logan? Can't tell this range, but the cars are coming out on track right now. So it's going to be about minute or two before we actually get times on the board. We've got maybe 3 minutes before we get times on the board. They're doing their out laps right now, and then they'll start doing a flying lap. So Sargent was the first out of the gates. I think Bottas is second. Gasly is next, and then Stroll is out. So we're going to see a lot of cars come out. There was a big line, and they're still filing out of the pit lane right now. Griff owns Hydro Faces fans. Hello to Griff as well. So Q1 has started. We've got about 16 minutes and 47 seconds left to go. You guys are talking about knighthood stuff. I have no clue what you guys are talking about. Hooray, that's the curse of being an American. We are live right now in NDV. Oh, did it get up to 36 degrees? Yeah, that's hot. Yeah, it's been we've had a cold and a cold front go through this previous week, and now that's gone by. We're now getting back up to higher temperatures again. And 95 is not unreasonable for Texas. I mean, there was a stretch where we were getting 100 degrees, close to maybe 40 degrees Celsius on a regular basis. What happened to Red Bull? They're not out yet. It's still early. It's still early. I mean, like people got to get out on out laps and then do their flying laps. I mean, right now, I think no, that's still a we still haven't gotten. I think Bottas is the first one to be doing a flying lap. Him and Sargent are the first one to be doing an actual flying lap. So still a lot of time left in this qualifying session. Why are they going? Because there might be too much traffic on track right now. Gasly is set. That looks like that looks like a first. So Gasly, Joe have set 137s. We saw much faster. Is they going out? Are they going? Sargent went out and did not. I'm not sure if he set a time. Did he set to come back into the pits? And I don't think he set a time. I mean, this is the rules. I mean, Living thinks these qualifying sessions are stupid. Wish they were his drivers one by one at the start line. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, like this is how the rules are. I mean, there are different ways to do qualification. I mean, there's the clear track qualification that Indy does for the Indianapolis 500. No, no, Sargent is in the pits. He did not crash. I just told you Sargent didn't crash. He's in the pit. He went back to the garage. He did not crash. Arbor on truth, dude. That also included North Texas, dude. That was not just Central and South. That was also up here in North Texas as well. Yeah, 100 degrees almost 2 months straight, almost 3 months if you go back to like May, June, July, part of August. Yeah, we're talking about Fahrenheit, so we're talking somewhere around maybe 40 degrees Celsius. Perez just set his time with a 136. So we've got Leclerc, Norris, Perez. All right, and again, they're all on soft tires in this session. So we're seeing 136. We did see a 135. See right now, going along with Hamilton right now. Max on his first flying lap as well. He's got fastest sector one. and he's going to jump up to P1 with 136.470. So right now our top is Max, Charles, Lando, Perez, Oscar, Valtteri, and Alonso. Right now we've got 6 drivers with on out laps. Actually, a lot. We've got half of the grid who have not set a time yet. Hamilton's coming to the line quickly. We've got 10 minutes to go in this session. Still got several drivers. Ooh, Hamilton had a jerky motion there. He's lost some time, obviously, on that. He's going to come to the line. He's going to be 2/10, almost 3/10 slower. It's going to put him in P5. Russell coming to the line. Ooh, he's almost 1.15 slower. He's going to find P3. Someone thinks Max is a punk. Go right ahead. Timings are very close. Yeah, they are very close. You expect a bigger gap. I mean, we're in the 136 up through P8. Within a second, wow, up and through P12, really. P11. Yeah. What did I just see with the So who's all right, coming to the pits. This is Lance Stroll. It's a slow pit stop from his team. Hulkenberg just jumped to P1 with 136.235. Fastest second sector. Gasly's got the fastest first sector. Zhou has some subsectors. Magnussen just jumped to P12, 137. We did see a high 135. We did see a high 135 in P1. So for free practice 1. Right now, the drivers in the elimination zone are Zhou, Gasly, that just jumped. So it's Sainz, Zhou, Gasly, Stroll, Sargent. Who jumped where? Ocon just jumped up to P3. And this is Sargent has not set a time yet. That's where he is in P18 right now. Tsunoda just jumped to P10 with 136. So right now, the only two, Ricardo just setting his time, 137. The only driver who's not set a time yet has been Sargent, and his should be on a flying lap next time it go around. He's about to finish his third sector. So Gasly's in P1 with a 136.158, Hulkenberg P2, Verstappen P3. Verstappen's in the pit, Russell's in the pit, Norris, Perez, Hamilton. All right, so Sargent's last lap is a track limit. It was deleted, so still has no time. Sainz is on an out lap right now, and so the Ferraris are on out laps right now. Right now, Albon is the driver at risk. Magnussen, Ricardo, Sainz, Zhou, Sargent are the ones in the elimination zone. We've got 6 minutes and 45 seconds left to go in this session right now. Point TV is following along with Carlos Sainz, who's currently 18th. He's a quarter second off Albon's time. Sainz has a fastest first sector. He's improving in sector 2. Trying to look at anyone else who's on a flying lap right now. It doesn't seem like anyone's on a flying lap at the moment. So Sainz looking like he's going to get out of the elimination zone easily. Sainz a second purple sector. He could be going for P1 right now. And his teammate goes P1. Wasn't again, and Sainz going to go P1 now. So Clark goes top of the board, and then Sainz tops him. So we got our 135.8 and a 136.119. And we have broken the lap record. The previous lap record before today was a 136.169. And both Leclerc and Sainz, and I know Max broke it earlier. So we've got new track records being set today. So right now, Albon, Magnussen, Ricardo, Zhou, and Sargent are the ones that are in the elimination zone. Tsunoda at risk. Sargent has still not yet set a time on the board. His first flying lap, he aborted, pitted. Second flying lap, basically track limits. So he is a one lap wonder for him at this point. I'm not sure we're going to get to the 134s, Jose. We're only in the high 135s, and the track record was 136.1. They did repave several of the corners. Same layout, it's just new asphalt, basically. 4 minutes left to go in this session. Yes, MRX. This is Quali. So again, this is a sprint weekend. We had basically FP1 and now right into Quali for the race. Sargent pitted, and he's now on an out lap right now. So is his teammate Albon. So we should be seeing Verstappen, Russell, Norris, Perez, Hamilton are all on out laps as well. So we'll be seeing flying laps before. We'll be seeing these flying laps from them before the time runs out. I think everyone else is. So Ricardo Zhou is on out laps. The only one who's not the Mags is now on out lap now. So Boss is on out lap. They are lined up on pit row, on the pit lane, coming out. Verstappen starting his flying lap right now. So the livery that Red Bull is using was designed by fans and voted on by fans. I'll be honest with you, it's not very inspiring. But at least it's not Haas's. Haas's was pretty bad too. Verstappen has a purple sector 1. Let me see. So Perez looks like no. Max is going to be first, and then Perez is going to be second in terms of order. We have 2 minutes left to go in this session. Right now, Sainz is in the pits. He's probably going to stay there. I don't see him coming out at this point. But he's in P1, so he's going to get into the next session. Max is coming to the line. He's going to come P1 on 135.346. Perez is next across the line. 1 minute, 15 seconds left to go. So that's going to be it for Max. He's not going to get another round. Perez is going to slot in P3, 135.989. So the Red Bull are in there. Leclerc is up there. The question is now, here's Hamilton currently in 12th. Improved in his first sector. Albon 16th, improved in his first sector. Hamilton has a purple sector too. Albon has improved in his sector too as well. He is 7/10 faster on Tsunoda right now. Russell had a green sector 1, but not lost time in sector 2. Hamilton's going to come P1 across the cross, 135.091. Okay, Jose, you're probably right. Albon is a 136. Albon goes to P8. Russell coming along across the line. He's going to do P7. Sargent is next. He's going to slot in 14th. Here comes Norris, currently P12. Zhou is going to be the next driver after him. Time has elapsed, so this is it. Gasly, Russell, Sargent are already in. Norris is going to slot in P2, less than 0.019 slower than Hamilton. Here comes Zhou. Here's P20. Zhou's going to go to P6. Driver risk is now Sargent. Ricciardo, P20, coming to the line. Next is going to be Magnussen. And Ricciardo's going to jump to P10. Sargent's going to be knocked out. Piastri is being knocked out by the fact that, wow, okay. So Stroll, Piastri, Sargent all been knocked out by Bottas. Yeah, everyone's just jumping above where they need to be. Tsunoda jumps up to P5, though he was already okay. So right now our drivers are Arcon, Stroll, Piastri, Sargent, Alonso. Sargent is out. Oscar jumps up to P10. That drops Albon to 16th. Hulkenberg at risk. Ocon coming to the line. And then Alonso. Arcon's going to jump to 12. He's going to drop Hulkenberg. Ricciardo at risk now. Alonso P20. So Alonso and Albon are the last two. Alonso jumps to 7, doesn't go. He only gets to 17. And I think Albon's already done. Yep, I think that is it. All right. So our 5 eliminated drivers: Hulkenberg, Alonso, Albon, Stroll, Sargent. So both of the Williams, both of the Alpines, and Hulkenberg knocked out. Hamilton takes P1 in this session, Norris P2, Verstappen P3, Sainz P4, but Sainz didn't go out again after setting his P1 early on in this session. So I'm going to take a few minutes now, and we will basically will be a few minutes before Q2 starts. Did Hulk time do it, or did he got set faster time? He got knocked out. There was a whole session where I think 5 drivers jumped ahead of him. Albon getting to Q3 all season. What happened? I'm not sure, really. He looked better in first practice, and then out of nowhere. I mean, one of the things is that the McLaren's basically the Orange Army came out in force today. I mean, Norris is P2. We didn't expect that out of first practice. Ghosty says Honey Badger's back. Dude, Honey Badger's back. He's in Q2 by skin of his teeth. Just by hair, basically. Again, I want to thank everyone. It's about 5,000 you watching right now. This is Racing Statistics live coverage of the Quali session for the United States Grand Prix in Austin, Texas. This is Grash. Again, I am here doing Quali because this would normally, on a normal race weekend, this would be free practice too. I'm also in the same time zone as the track. I'm only about a few hours north of the track. I live in North Texas. Austin's in Central Texas. It is a beautiful day across the entire state of Texas. That's hard to say. It's hard to say. There's usually a section that's like got some sort of rain or something, but no, not right now. There's a nice weather system in the area, and the whole state is beautiful right now. Why am I at the race? Partly because I was sick earlier this year, and that I was in the hospital. I mean, I missed commentating sessions because I was in the hospital, and that kind of took a hit on me. Don't get me wrong; I would have loved to have be in Austin right now. It's just not in the books at the moment. Disaster with Sergeant equal home race. That would be more Miami than it'd be here. Sergeant is from Florida, which is where Miami is, so it's less. His home race is really more Miami than it is here in Austin. Goulart saying that Hamilton went back to the factory and got a rocket ship. Yeah, I mean he's gone P1. It's just like really interesting. How many qualifying rounds are there? There's 3. So basically, in the first for those who don't know, I'm just going to go over the rules of qualifying. Basically, there are 18 minutes in Q1. I believe is 14 in Q2. You can again then, and then 12 in Q3. So there's 3 qualifying sessions. 5 are eliminated in Q. The bottom 5 are eliminated in Q1. Next 5 are eliminated in Q2, and then the last 10. 15. I'm thinking of the sprint races. That's where that number came from. But ultimately, basically, we're eliminating 5 from Q1, 5 from Q2, and then the last 10 set the last 10 grid spots, including pole. The sprint race, the sprint qualifier, the sprint shootout, has the same format except less time. I believe it is 8. I think it's 8, 12, and 15. It's much less time than. I have to look it up on top of my head because I've got the numbers meshed up in my head at the moment. My apologies. Why didn't McLaren use soft for practice here? Because they can hold them. Because if they didn't use those softs in practice, they can use them elsewhere. Whether it is here in qualification sessions, or the quali, or the shootout tomorrow, or the sprint, or in even the race itself. So they basically are held back all their soft tires so they could be used. All right, so we're back on track. 15 minutes. Actually, half a minute has already gone by. We're at 14, 20 seconds to go in Q2 already. So cars are coming out on track. No, Leclerc was fine in Q1. No, the 4 drivers. The 5 drivers are Hulkenberg, Alonso, Albon, Stroll, Sargent. Nick has an interesting quote. Amazing how much improvement has been made since everyone saw the floor of the Red Bull. And what we're talking about is back in Monaco, there was an incident with Checo's car, and basically they did a Circus Soleil got it on the crane and brought it up in the air, and we all got wonderful shots of the floor of the Red Bull floor. And I wonder if that actually did get funneled to the other teams. They actually did take look. I I would think yeah, I would, if I was on another team, the I'd look. I mean, it's now public knowledge. It was out in the public. So we've got drivers doing their outlaps. They're doing their first outlaps right now. We've got Logan and some of the drivers who have been eliminated doing their walk of shames now. Bob and Aston's, they were eliminated in Q1. They just didn't go fast enough. Same thing with the Williams and Hulkenberg. We've got 12 minutes left to go in this session right now. I know the timer's not working. Ping. So I think Russell is one of the first out on a flying lap. Trying to see, Charles might be one of the first out on the flying lap actually. And we've got 11:36 left on the clock right now. Norris fastest sector 2, Hamilton fastest sector 2. So I think it looked like Hamilton. So Leclerc's going to set the first lap with a 135.8. Anderson is saying that K-Man keeps matching Ferrari times, and that's a good observation, because again, they are the same engine essentially underneath the hood. So Leclerc Sainz P slot. So Hamilton slots in P1. Leclerc is P2. Sainz is P3 right now. Still early on in the second qualifying session. We still have most people. Russell going P1 with 135.7. Norris slots in P4 135.9. We're all within about 0.2 of each other right now. Oscar going P1 135.576. Again, this board is going to jump around pretty much. Magnussen slots in P6. Max is just starting his flying lap. So we still got a lot of people. Max, am I behind? Yes, I am. There we go. So Max just jumped to P1 with a 135.491. Again, we're within tenths of each other, grouping within tenths. Gasly's just going to jump into the P3, fastest sector 1 with a 135.6. Hey, Squiggly. Squiggly's back, and he's with a super chat. Notice slotting at P6 right now with a 135.7. Ricardo Bottas is at P9. Bottas is P8. Ricardo P9. Magnussen P10. Right now, Norris is going to jump to. Where did he go? It's not the one who jumped on me. You see, Leclerc has gone back into the pits. He's probably going to get a change of tires. Ocon just jumped up to a P3 with a 135.6. So Alpine, which was invisible in P1 in practice, are now 3 and 4th. Perez is slotting in P5, 135.6. Hamilton's gone to the pit. Is he getting a new tire? Right now, Norris has no time. Was it deleted? Yes. Okay. So Norris is going into the pits. He's probably getting a new tire. So we've got under 8 minutes left to go in this session right now. So Sainz is complaining about the fact that Tsunoda didn't get out of the way. And so Ferrari's going to complain about that at some point. What is a flying lap? So basically, what we mean. So there's in qualification and practice. There's basically 3 types of laps. First one's an out lap. Basically, they came out of the pit lane, out of the pit, and they're going around for the first time. So it's not a complete. It's not a complete lap. A flying lap, basically there is cool down laps, which basically they're not going at fastest. Basically, but what a flying lap is basically when they're going as fast as possible for a particular time. You can't do a flying lap on top of flying lap, you will destroy your tires. So you guys are saying that Ricciardo and Tsunoda will be investigated after the session. Riptide's asking what happened to Alonso, eliminated in Q1. We've got 6 minutes, 20 minutes. Everyone's in the pits right now. They are making adjustments and what they can to the cars and getting. They will be putting new tires on. Basically, everyone's going to get new tires. Question: Who will Max go out again? And I'm not sure he will. Chris asking, do you think Sargent keeps his seat? That is a good question. That's a bookie's having fun with that right now with the bet line. That's a 50-50 flip, my friend, and the bookies are probably loving whether they'll be there. If I was a bookie, I'd probably be setting up good betting lines one way or the other. Juan Ricardo makes it to Q3. Right now, he is 11th right now. Oh yeah, they just did a replay of Norris going over the track limits, and it was like extremely obvious that he had gone over the track limits. So right now, Sainz is on an out lap. Look, so the Ferraris are on an out lap right now. So they're the only ones out of the garage as of yet. Norris is the only one who's not set a time. So he's got enough time to go out and set a lap. And one of the Ferraris is now out of the garage. Max is coming out. I didn't think he'd go out again, but he's out. He's out. He's out on track. Norris is on an out lap as well now, and so is Magnussen, which is obvious because they are in the elimination zone. I would expect Bottas to be out and Tsunoda to be out soon, both of the Ferraris. If Max is gone, I think mostly everyone's probably going to go out. So now more cars are falling out right now. Again, everyone in elimination is on out lap at the moment. So it's going to be a moment or so, another minute before we start getting people who've gone around the track once, and then we get our final flying laps. Frankie's saying that Mercedes needs to set faster times. Yeah, and they do. And both Russell and Hamilton, Hamilton's out. I would expect Russell to be out on an outlap in a moment. And got the Ferraris on their first flying lap. Leclerc has done a fastest sector 1 so far. Science has taken fastest sector 1. Leclerc has done a fastest sector 2. Max is just starting his first flying lap. 2 minutes left to go. 2-minute warning. This is not the NFL, my friend. Max is now taking fastest sector 1. Clerk has gone. So it was purple at one point, but that first sector 1 was been stolen by his teammate, then by Max. Sainz coming to Clerk going top of the board. Not changing anything in the elimination zone right now. Sainz coming around. This will change the elimination zone. Sainz going to slot in P2, 135.302. Max still on his flying lap. Fastest first sector, but not fastest second sector. So that put Bottas into the elimination zone. Tsunoda at risk. Next two are going to be the Mercedes drivers. Max is coming around to the line. He's going to slot in P2, 135.008. So it's 0.004 difference between him and Charles. You see, Norris sets a time, P4, 135.4. Magnussen next across the line. He's going to go P12. That is done for Magnussen. We've only got 22 seconds to go, so pretty much at this point, these times are going to be set, and that is going to be it. Zhou up 9th. Hamilton is now dropped into the elimination zone, but he's on a flying lap. He has a fastest sector 1. Tsunoda coming across. He's going to slot in at 9th. That's probably not going to be good enough. He's probably going to get knocked out because both of the Mercedes have not gone through yet. Bottas is next. He's going to finish at 13th. He is going to be knocked out. So we know Magnussen and Bottas have been knocked out. Tsunoda is probably going to be knocked out. Gasly moves up to 5th. Hamilton and Russell are going to come across the line. Ricciardo is the next driver we want to look at. Hamilton's going to go P3. That is going to knock out Zhou. Russell's next across the line. Tsunoda is currently 10th, but he's done. And he's being knocked out. Perez jumps up to 9th. So Russell goes to 9th. Perez goes to 10th. Arcon is at 8th right now, so he's not going to affect anything. I think he is the last driver. He's going to move up to 5th. And I believe that is all that was said. Tsunoda, Zhou, Bottas, Magnussen, Ricciardo are the 5 drivers eliminated in Q2. So we've got both of the Ferraris, both of the Mercedes, both the Alpines, both of the McLarens, both of the Red Bulls. So it's a 5-team affair in the top 10 right now. I have no indication of any lap times being deleted so far. But that is gonna put us in Q2. Bottas was knocked out with it was 0.179 behind Perez. Gary Max thinks that they're going to do a 134.9 for pole. That could happen. Jose, maybe you end up being right in the end. Yeah, Han Solo saying that like Perez getting to Q3 is a victory for him. Pretty much that's kind of is a victory at this point. I mean, he's guaranteed in the top 10. He'll probably do better in Q3. It's Q2 is now over. We're now waiting for Q3 to start, and we'll be starting that in about a minute or so. It'll be a minute, and I'll be back for Q3. Hold on a second, everyone. Okay. I want to thank everyone who's still here right now. We've got over 5,000 of you right now. We've got over 667 likes. Now 67. You have an ad. Why do you have an ad, Squiggly? That's weird. Are you on mobile? You shouldn't be giving an ad for a live event. I want to thank everyone who's here right now. This is the Race Statistics YouTube channel. It is in our live coverage of the Quali for the United States Grand Prix, which is in Austin, Texas. Second of our 2 races here in the United States. Third of 5 races in the North and South America. Again, that includes 3 in the United States, 1 in Canada, 1 in Brazil. Again, this is Grash talking to you right now. Again, this is normally free practice 2, so this is why I am in for this qualification session. Ryan will be back for the sprint race and for the race itself tomorrow and Sunday. So if you haven't liked and subscribed to on our channel right now, now's a great time to do it. Hit the bell, get notifications for all of our sessions. Again, normally we do all the practices and quali and race on a normal weekend. This being sprint weekend, it is basically free practice 1, quali, sprint shootout, sprint race, and the race. If you've got a few bucks you want to throw towards the channel, you could do so and join the channel. You see people who are in the green chat. That would be Paula, Jose, Squiggly, Google, RS. Who else is trying to find who else is here? But these are members of the channel. They're basically have thrown money. Basically, they get a free super chat every like month or so, and then they also have access to a bunch of custom emotes to this channel. Then finally, if you're looking for some swag, we do have a store. If you want to go in there, we've got stickers, shirts, mugs. I actually have the box emoji on a mug that was given to me as a Christmas present last year, and I love it. And cars are now coming out of the garage. So it looks like Max is out first on yeah, he's the first to the line. And we've got Perez and the Ferraris wedged between them. Q3 has just started, so it's 11 minutes and 52 seconds right now. Lewis Parkins says Lando he's deluded. No, dude, I don't think you're deluded. Actually, Lando could take pole. It's a dark horse, but he could. He's been he's looked good in the two earlier qualification sessions. This is our third qualification, Q3. We are top 10 and pole. Max was the first one to get out. I think Leclerc, Sainz, Lando, and then one of the Alpines is going to be the order coming out. 12 minutes in this total session, so we've got a chance for them to go around and to pit for tires if they need to, and then back out again. We've got Hamilton coming out. Following along with Checo at the moment, who is in pit lane coming to the line. And Hamilton's behind him. So we've still got people in pit lane, still getting out of the track. I think Russell is not out yet. Or no, he's already out. Yeah, there we go. Hamilton's so all the cars are out on track at this point. F1 TV showing off hardcore Hamilton fans with flags. Why is Russell not? But he's on track. So let me see. Max is starting his flying lap, and he's done a fastest first sector to 25 seconds, 0.3. So that's where the bar is in sector 1. So Max, and then Charles is the second, who's second on track. So he's the next driver we're going to be looking at. Charles does a green sector. He's a 10th, almost 2/10 off of Max. Norris was third onto track. Max, another purple sector, 138.328. Sorry, yeah. So that was just the sector time, not the whole lap time. Green needs to be purple. Yeah, green needs to be purple. Yeah, I agree with you there. Leclerc did the fastest sector 2, 138.185. So the difference between Max sector 1, sector 2 is about where Max picked up time in sector 1. Leclerc picked up about the equivalent time in sector 2. So Max goes to 135.081. So we did not break 134. Will Charles do it? He's coming around on his lap right now. He does. He does. Charles does get into 134, 134.829. So those of you who were predicting that 134s, you were right, and I was wrong. Sainz next coming across. Few seconds left before he comes across the line. He does 135.1. Oscar's next to come across that line. He's going to come in underneath his teammate at P5, 135.761. 10th difference between the two papayas. It looks like the Alpine's in the next two. Arcon's going to come in 6. Gasly is next. Russell, Perez, and then Hamilton to ground the first round of laps. Gas is going to go P4, 135.267. Russell is next. Russell's been green, but not purple. Hamilton has a fastest sector 2. Russell is 0.8 off. He's going to come in slot in P5. Perez is next. He's 0.6 off. Slots in P5. So Russell is P6. Then Hamilton is the last one. He's half of a tenth off of, he's going to come P2, half a tenth, so a 134.885, half of a tenth of Leclerc. That's amazing how close it is. So we're going to about a minute or so. So Verstappen has gone into the pits. He's probably getting a new, and so is Leclerc. They're getting a new, some sort of, to make any sort of adjustment they need to make, and then put on a new set of tires. Norris has gone into the pits for the same reason. Also, you can't say Hamilton needs to work on sector 3. He's 2/10 down on Leclerc's sector 3 times. What happened to Russell's time? Not a great time, it looks like. I know he had been pushed down multiple times. Nope, my apologies. Track limits turn 9. My apologies. So his lap was deleted. So he has no time currently now. Are they keeping Russell out to do another lap? No, he's coming to the pits. Okay. 5 minutes ago in this session, Q3 session, we got some Checo fans. A lot of Checo fans in Texas today. And that's interesting to see. And that's to be expected. We're so close to Mexico. This might as well be his second home race, effectively. Charles looks like he has a American football field on his helmet. It's green and it's got the hatch marks and it's printed like an American football field. Very weird helmet, I could give that. So no one's on track right now. They are about to, again, what we're going to see is in a few seconds, someone's going to go out on track. It probably might be Max to get clean air. Yeah, and I predicted that already. Max is coming out. So he's going to go out. Ooh, one of the Ferraris got ahead of him. I think that's Charles. I think Charles got ahead of him. So we're looking at a replay of where, and there he goes, off the limits. There's a replay of track limits for George. Max is lining up to go out on his outlap right now, giving the guys ahead of him some more time, space out, so he has and this is so that he's got clean air to run in. So he's doesn't have traffic, and he's got clean air. Yeah, turn 9 seems to be the Achilles heel of all the drivers this weekend. So previous polls at Austin was basically Sainz, Verstappen, Bottas, and then Hamilton, 18 and 19 and 17. I'm trying to see right now who's likely going to start doing a fast lap. Two minutes, 15 seconds left to go in this session. We're about to hit the 2-minute warning, as some of our American fans are saying. Yeah, Clerk Lucky's about to start his flying lap. So it's going to be one go, and that's going to be it for these drivers. Clerk has started his flying lap. He's crossed the line. He's now on his flying lap. He's currently first right now. He's trying to hold off pole from Hamilton and Verstappen. Comes Max. He's coming around and starting his flying lap now. I would assume that everyone does have new softs to run per. I would think so at this point, and I would think they all went into the pits. I would expect that they all bolted on new softs. At this point, again, this is for the race itself. There's so much in play. Leclerc improved in his sector one time, but did not take fastest sector. Max didn't. Well, Max did not improve in sector one time, but do take into account that his previous lap was a fastest sector one. Leclerc improves on his sector 2 times, but not the fastest. That may be enough for him to. If he's just improving on his times, that's maybe good enough for him at this point. Difference of about a tenth between Leclerc and Verstappen. And after 2 sectors, Verstappen is back. Leclerc is going to set a 1:34.7. Norris is going to set a 1:34.853. Max coming to the line now. Oh, did he go over the line? Max is going to go 1:34.784. Time has expired now, so now again, Leclerc and are the ones basically question it. Did Max go over the line? That is going to be a big question. Oscar's going to slot in P7 right now. He's done. Following Arcon and Hamilton. Arcon's is going to slide in 6. Hamilton. So slot in 3rd. No, he's not done. He's not done. Norris is going to jump P2. Oh, 1.13 behind Leclerc. Yes, Max's time was deleted. I did catch that. So he's going to drop to P5. Hamilton comes to the line. He's going to slot in P3, and Russell's our final driver in this scenario. He's coming to the line, and he's going to slot in P5. And that is it. Leclerc's going to take pole. Norris is on the front row. Hamilton, Sainz, second row. Russell and Verstappen on the 3rd row. Alpine takes up the 4th row, and Perez and Oscar on that 5th row. That's insane. Time, damn. Track limits. Takes out Verstappen from pole. Yep. Yeah. And again, uh, I don't know what to say. I mean, I was watch it live and called it live. So again, here is our qualification for tomorrow. Yeah, track limits turn 19, where everyone's been getting it. Oh yeah, yeah. So this is going to be an interesting race. Oh yeah, of course he's pissed. Oh yeah, because it's his fault. So we got a bit of a mix-up grid. Red Bull is not in the top five. Red Bull not in the top five, my friends. Um, yeah, that's going to be an interesting race for Sunday. What will happen? And this is why we do the qualification now, because it's high stakes. It adds more pressure to the drivers. Ferrari again, Leclerc, Charles getting applauded for his pole setting lap. All right. Well, again, this is the Racing Tickets YouTube channel. This has been Grash. I will be back tomorrow with the sprint shootout qualification sessions. I want to thank everyone who was here. We had over 5,000 you at one point, over 800 likes. Thank you so much. If you have not liked or subscribed, now's the time to do it. If you are looking to basically talk more about F1 between now and tomorrow, come join our Discord channel. I just dropped the bot. Should be dropping the Discord link in a moment or so. Come join the Discord channel. Come talk to us. We will see you tomorrow. And until then, have a good afternoon. Again, it's 5 p.m. here now. Have a good afternoon. Good night. See you tomorrow for the sprint. This is Grash, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everyone.